What up guys, Fojo here, and today I'm bringing to you a luck guide. Basically, we're going to be going over every single weapon type and where to find a luck weapon of each of these, the best way to do that, and where to go to farm these. But real quick, if you guys could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would truly appreciate that. Also, hit the bell, it'll let you know when new content comes out for New World, as well as leave a comment if you have a different way to get these weapons or a better way to go about doing so. I would love to hear about it in the comments. But luck weapons in New World are pretty rare. It's hard to find a lot of them, and it's difficult to get your hands on some of them. So I'm going to go over each and every category for each different weapon type, where to go to find all of these, and we're going to start with the Greatsword. The Greatsword is a fairly easy one to go and farm. You just go to a alligator named Taserjaw in Ebonscale Reach. He's right on the edge of the Ebonscale Reach and Everfall border at a waterfall. He spawns fairly quickly as well. It's only a few minutes, so you can farm him repeatedly for a long time. Doesn't have a ton of other useful drops, but you'll be getting a lot of potions while you're here as well. But the weapon itself is called the Antique Battleaxe. Until recently, it only dropped at like 400 to 500 below that. Now it's dropping at a 590, so you can go in there and get luck on your battleaxe for whenever you want to run. So this is a great place to get a battleaxe with luck on it. It's an easy farm. It's very soloable. There's no problem, you can do it by yourself, but there's generally a few people here trying to farm it as well. Next up we have the sword, and the sword I picked the Killer Instinct, which comes from War Spoils, but that one's more of a random chance and could take a long time depending on how many of those you want to open. Unfortunately, the choices for sword is limited right now, and there aren't a lot of options except for Killer Instinct, which you can only get from War Spoils, so currently there's not a super farmable version for the sword. But next up we have the Rapier, and the Rapier will be coming from Faye the Last Protector, who is located in the far east of Shattered Mountain. And now Faye the Last Protector is very soloable as well. The spawn timer on Faye is a little longer though, it's more like 6 minutes. The drops here though are fairly frequent. The weapon will be the Fays Covenant, which will have luck on it. And I've had many drop here, so this is definitely one that is very doable, and there's usually a few people here farming for chef pants as well. It's a good spot to come and farm for a luck weapon. Next up we have the Hatchet, and the Hatchet we're looking for is the imbued Hatchet, which will be found in Murkgard. And now this will be dropped by all the different ogres in Murkgard, and they all have different names, but they're all the large demonic looking ogres, and each of them have a chance to drop this. So going through those Murkgard runs and making sure to get all that damage in with your group is a great way to go and farm these up and get a chance at the imbued Hatchet. Now after that we have the Warhammer. The Warhammer we'll be going for is called Gaea's Revenge, and Gaea's Revenge will be dropped by Tadius. He is located in Eden Grove, and he is just up the path from the outpost, the south outpost there. He's in a tiny temple tucked away in the rock face. There's a few other enemies in there, but they're not too difficult, and his spawn is also fairly quick, just a few minutes. We'll be dropping Gaea's Revenge, which will have luck on it. Now there is a second option for the Warhammer to have a luck weapon. There is the Gilded Greed that drops from Artifex Fatum, and now Artifex Fatum is located within Murkgard as well. If you wanted to go for this one, you would have to go through either on a train or a world tour and try and take him out that way, or go there with a full team and try and farm him. But I will say that Tadius is much more soloable. You don't need anyone there to help you with this one, and you will be able to get this drop way easier than going and trying to farm Artifex Fatum. Now after that we have the bow, and the bow we're looking for is the Bear Fur Recurve. The Bear Fur Recurve is dropped by Banes. Generally you can get a decent group of people going up to fight Banes. If not, most trains or world tours tend to fight him twice before they start the tour, and to get a chance at some of the drops he has. So that's a good chance to at least get a few kills on him and try and get this drop. Now you can fight Banes with about 5 to 10 people fairly efficiently. Should have a good shot at getting this. I've had it multiple times, but every time I've gotten it, it was before it became 590 guarantee. So now you should have a guarantee to have 590 on this, which makes having all these luck weapons way easier to farm. And now next up we have the Musket. The Musket will be the shot across the bow, which will be dropped by Smoothbore Samuel. Now Smoothbore Samuel is in the east of Reekwater. He is a large creature with a cannon on his back and will be swinging it around at you as well as firing it at you. This one is very difficult solo, so if you want to go there, I would definitely suggest bringing one friend or a group, and it will make it much easier to do. Smoothbore Samuel is soloable, but it is a bit rough. But if you are looking for a musket with luck, this is the place to get it. And after that, we have the Fire Staff, which is the Zealots Refrain, and you will be getting this from Archmagister Vocus. Archmagister Vocus is found at the end of a walkway after a couple of the portals in Murkgard. It is definitely one you will need a large group to take on. Most of the farms I've been there for have about 15 to 20 people. Otherwise, you're hitting him when you go on these trains or world tours, and you have a chance to get Zealot's Refrain from him, which will have luck on it. And now also our life staff as well will be the Living Crystal Life Staff, which will also have luck on it from here. And that is also coming from Archmagister Vocus. Farming Archmagister Vocus gives you 2 shots at luck weapons depending on what you need. So this is a great place to come farm luck weapons if you can get a big enough group to come out here and do so. Now up next we have the Ice Gauntlet. The Ice Gauntlet we're going for is the Jarngrieper, which is coming from Ivan the Inevitable. This is one of the easiest ones to get. All you have to do is go to Skysong Crypt up in northern Ebonscale Reach, and in the church you will find Ivan the Inevitable. And now Ivan is soloable, but there are generally a decent amount of people here farming for gypsum because it's a great spot to farm for obsidian and topaz gypsum. It is a quick spawn, a minute or two, and Ivan will be back. You can farm over and over again. Very easy to get. I've gotten Jarngrieper many times, so definitely an easy solo to go do. And after that we have the Void Gauntlet. The Void Gauntlet we're looking for is called Warshade, and Warshade will be dropped by Kil'jaran. Kil'jaran is found at the Earth Shrine in Ebonscale Reach, and is a lower 50 level, so it will be very easy to solo. There are a few extra mobs around, but nothing you can't handle. Kil'jaran is very easy to fight. Spawns in about 2 or 3 minutes, so it's not a terrible spawn timer either. So this is another one that's very soloable and very easy to get. It just might take you a little bit of time to get them. And now there are a few weapons that are unfarmable at this point. You have to actually go out and either purchase one off the market or hope to see raffle bones or get a lucky drop from an elite chest. So the spear and the blunderbuss are both ones you're going to either need to get lucky with raffle bones or get a drop from an elite chest, because neither of these have drops in the world that you can just go get, unfortunately. So these are ones that if you want one of these as your luck weapon, you're going to go on the market and keep an eye out for these named drops, because that's really the best way to do it. If you see Raffle Bones, make sure to kill him and get whatever drop he has. You might get lucky. There are multiple spears that drop from Raffle Bones that do have luck on it, as well as there is currently 1 or 2 blunderbusses in the game that have luck on them, but none of them are farmable at this time. And now the saddest part about this is that the Greatsword, the new weapon, has no luck weapons in the game right now, so you actually cannot have a Greatsword with luck on it right now. It's currently not something you can get, but hopefully that changes soon and there will be a new drop for a sword that you can actually get luck on. But we'll have to wait and see if that happens. Now coming up soon, we do have the winter event, and the winter event last year had luck on all the weapons that came with it, so I'm wondering if it'll do the same here. It would be interesting to see if they would do that, because if so, then we can get luck weapons very easily and have weapons to do chest runs with. All you would have to do is purchase these from the event and grind out the event to the point where you can get enough to purchase all of the patterns or all of weapons themselves from the event. Now, the old patterns from the last Christmas event do not roll out as luck, unfortunately. So it would be interesting to see if the new winter event would actually bring back those luck weapons. I have a feeling they won't, but if they did, that would be very nice and helpful for a lot of people to get a hold of those and be able to use weapons with luck on them. But we'll have to see if that happens. Now, a good majority of these are all very soloable mobs and easy to go fight and get your luck weapons, but some of them are not, and that's something you're going to need a team to go do or a group to go and fight. And unfortunately, the spear, the greatsword, and the blunderbuss are all very difficult to get your hands on right now, or impossible. So hopefully that changes in the future and it makes it a little more accessible to all the players that want to play with those weapons and can also have luck on them, because until then you have to use other weapons in order to do so. Also, keep an eye out on the market. You never know what you'll find. Somebody might pop something on there from Raffle Bones at a decent price and you can get the weapon you want. So make sure to keep an eye out on a couple of those weapons for that. These are the ones that you can find out in the world and farm. I have a good majority of the ones that I listed, and I have farmed almost all of these myself and gotten all of these drops, so it is definitely possible to go and do these. You just may need a team for a specific one to go do it. But if you want that luck weapon and want to get the most out of your chest runs and dungeon runs, getting a luck weapon may be the best way to do that. So make sure to go and farm the one you want. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments and I will try and answer whatever I can. But I hope this helps you out, and I thank you for listening to me talk about the luck weapons of New World a little bit. If you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would truly appreciate it. And leave a comment if you have anything else you want to know. But I'll have more videos out soon. I hope to see you there.